Please.
Hello, my name is Mehmet Çağıl, from Turkish Embassy, Agriculture Chancellor. What were the best roles of the financial institutions like IMF and World Bank and others? And what will be their future role? I would say, in inverted commas, lessons learned. What can be done in the future?
It's a really difficult question for me to say, because of course most of my work has been sort of as explained on global inequality, and rather sort of driven by the numerical findings and so on. I have not really thought very much about their role, and it's our sort of common wisdom changes very rapidly these days. As if we had had this discussion about 8-9 months ago, we would be all saying like, well, the fund which had to get rid of 20% of its staff and was lacking money to fund even its ordinary activities because nobody was borrowing from the fund, was in a bad shape, that people were saying, well, that institution, what is going to be the job of this institution? Well, now we are in the exactly opposite situation, that they don't know what to do with billions and billions of money that they need to disperse. Their income probably is going to go shoot through the roof. Like never in history this has happened, in history of the fund. So obviously, from an institution that seemed a year ago to be on the margins of development, now it seems to be the crucial institution. Now, for the World Bank, of course, the change has not been as dramatic, because, as you know, it has not been focused only on balance of payment support, but had broader loans and so on. But I would say that actually an obvious thing, which most people, of course, argue, is that these two institutions really have to finally emerge from World War II and to actually acknowledge that things have changed in the last 60 years, which means that actually it is somewhat odd to have constituencies where you have Luxembourg, Belgium, and the Netherlands having more votes than China. And I think that it has to be changed, and I think that it has to be changed not only in the voting arrangement, it has to be changed in accepting lessons of different countries. I don't think we should look at Chinese experience as sort of some kind of odd experience to sort of try to fit within the Russian consensus and the rest just to believe, well, it might happen because it's Chinese. So we have really to integrate that much more. Even East Asian experience, for which the bank had like 15 years ago one report, and that was it. But it was never integrated in the policies. And I think this is very unfortunate, and I think actually in that sense these institutions have to become much more global than they were so far.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. If I can just add to that, it is an important question. And if we look at the role of the World Bank particularly, and the IMF, as the honest brokers, perhaps we also should look at the question of capacity in the developing world to reduce global inequality. What exactly should be the structure of the move towards globalization? How exactly the developing countries should manage? That may be something that these institutions could shed light on much more in the future. But I do see that it is a state of flux right now, and I think all these questions are going to be faced and answered in the coming future. Yes, you had a question, please.
Ismail Tap, University of Maryland. I just want to ask you if you can comment about Obama administration's measures for the current crisis in the United States. There are a lot of criticisms about the way they are distributing the money to the institutions. So can you comment about it, how they handled it so far? Are they on the right track, in your opinion?
Well, unfortunately, really, I have to say that I cannot say anything. It's not that I don't want, but I'm quite sort of immersed in, as you have seen, it's a big topic. So I cannot, this is not my area, financial economics, and I cannot say anything.
Well, thank you very much for the question, and I think your question might be something taken up at one of the next forums. Indeed an interesting question. But that's all the time that we have today. I'd like to thank you, Branko, for a very informative. I would also like to thank the audience for being with us, and for the viewers back home. Thank you for being there, and we look forward to seeing you again at the next Rumi Forum Luncheon.
Thank you.